Amid the long and silent stretch of the Mojave Desert, there's a place often passed by, but rarely truly noticed. Primm, Nevada, a tiny dot on the map, right on the Nevada-California border, that feels more like a stopover than a destination. Primm isn't a town with busy shopping malls, top-rated schools, or wide residential areas. It's more like a man-made oasis, sustained by the traffic flowing from Los Angeles to Las Vegas. But that's exactly what makes it unique. Primm is a place where life moves slowly, simply, and revolves around entertainment. Living in Primm feels like being behind the scenes of Las Vegas. Quiet, modest, and far removed from the noise of the big city. Primm wasn't born out of someone's dream to build a town. It was born because of a road. At first, it was just a small stop in the Mojave Desert, hot, dry, and quiet. In the 1950s, a businessman named Ernest J. Primm opened a basic motel and diner right on the Nevada-California border. The location was strategic. Anyone tired from driving between California and Las Vegas would pass through here. That's how Primm came to life. Its original name was State Line, a nod to its exact spot on the state border. But over time, it grew into something more specific, an entertainment zone. Casinos were built, hotels went up, neon lights lit what had once been only sand and dust. In the 1990s, its name was officially changed to Primm in honor of its founder, and to avoid confusion with another Nevada town called State Line. One thing to understand, Primm was never designed to be a place where people dream of settling down. It was meant to be a place to stop. Administratively, Primm isn't a full-fledged city with a mayor or a city hall. It's an unincorporated area under Clark County. That means no bustling downtown, no sprawling neighborhoods, no urban pulse like Las Vegas. Primm's identity has always been clear: casinos, hotels, and services for passersby. And the population? Very small, about 2,600 people, tiny by American standards. Most are workers, casino staff, hotel employees, maintenance crews, security. Not a complex social community, but not a ghost town either. It's more like the living quarters behind the scenes of the entertainment industry. Daily life in Primm, Nevada is unique. It's a real town, but not in the usual sense. Most people who actually live here are workers. They've been employed in the same places since Primm took shape, the casinos and hotels. There used to be several big resorts, Whiskey Pete's, Buffalo Bill's, and Primm Valley. But in recent years, activity has slowed down. Not all properties operate at full capacity, and that shapes the rhythm of daily life here. Their routines are simple and very functional. Wake up, get ready, head to work. There aren't many stops in between because there aren't many places to stop. Primm isn't the kind of town that encourages people to step outside just to wander around. Outside of work hours, the atmosphere quickly turns quiet. Streets are empty, the areas around the resorts are deserted, and life feels like it pauses at a certain point. This isn't a town with a community calendar, bustling parks, or active public spaces. What it has is space, wide, empty, and still. As for public services, Primm is very limited. There's no major hospital, no comprehensive medical care. For anything serious, residents are already used to traveling to Las Vegas. The same goes for education. There's no full school system in Primm like in regular towns. Families with children almost always look for schools outside the area or choose to live elsewhere from the start. Even basic daily needs aren't fully met locally. There's a gas station, a few fast food spots, and remnants of a commercial area that used to be busier. The outlet mall, once a key attraction, is now mostly empty. Large supermarkets, full-service pharmacies, and home goods stores all are located outside of Primm. That's why having a car isn't just convenient, it's essential. Nearly all important needs, grocery runs, healthcare, schooling, paperwork, point in one direction. Las Vegas, that city isn't just nearby, it's Primm's lifeline. Without outside access, Primm can't stand on its own. This is why life in Primm feels so dependent. It's not a self-sustaining town, but a small community that exists in the gaps between major routes. People don't live here because Primm offers a lot, but because of a job, affordability, or specific circumstances. If Primm has a lifeline, it's the casinos and hotels. There's no significant alternative industry, no business district, no manufacturing, no corporate offices. Nearly the entire economy revolves around one axis: cross-state tourism. From the start, Primm was built as a stopover for people passing through. So naturally, the jobs here follow that same model. Most employment is found in or around the resorts and casinos, whether fully operational or running on a limited basis. The types of jobs are fairly uniform: casino staff, dealers, cashiers, hotel housekeeping, security, technicians, maintenance crews, kitchen workers, and small-scale operations management. A few supporting roles exist at gas stations, fast food outlets, or in services tied to the traffic on Interstate 15. But beyond that, options are nearly exhausted. Because of its small scale, Primm's job market is narrow. If you lose a job at one resort, there aren't many other places to go within the same town. That's why some workers choose to live elsewhere and commute to Primm. Or, conversely, live in Primm but are prepared to travel far when job opportunities shift. In terms of stability, Primm's economy isn't truly seasonal like a beach town, but it's not steady like a major industrial city either. It's better described as a daily economy. Income depends on traffic flow, weekends, long holidays, and the habits of California travelers who stop briefly before or after Las Vegas. Weekdays can be quiet, weekends can be lively. National holidays can bring crowds. This means work hours, tips, and job intensity often rise and fall, not based on major seasons, but on the day and its momentum. In recent years, changes in travel patterns have had a clear impact. The drop in active resorts and the decline in retail activity have made Primm even more concentrated around a few remaining economic spots. This makes jobs stable enough to get by, but not strong enough to grow significantly. Primm isn't the place to chase big careers or fast economic gains. It's more suited for people looking for functional jobs, a simple rhythm of life, and who are willing to accept limitations as part of their daily routine. Here, the economy doesn't grow upward. It moves back and forth, following the flow of passing traffic. Living in Primm quickly teaches you one thing. This isn't a place full of options. It's a place to get by with what's available. When it comes to housing, Primm offers almost no variety. There are no growing residential neighborhoods, no family complexes, no active property market. Housing here is limited and functional, just enough to sleep, rest, and serve people who work nearby. Many workers choose not to live in Primm permanently because options are so limited. Living here is rarely an ideal decision, it's a practical one. Those limitations become clear when it comes to daily needs. Primm has no big supermarkets, no full-service household stores. What's available are small places for quick essentials, drinks, snacks, or simple meals. Weekly or monthly shopping almost certainly happens elsewhere. Prices tend to reflect the situation. When choices are few and distribution is limited, prices aren't exactly friendly. Not because Primm is expensive, but because it simply wasn't built to meet full living needs. This isn't a consumption center, it's a stopover point. That's why Las Vegas becomes an inseparable part of daily life. It's not just the closest city, it's an extension of Primm itself. That's where people go for major shopping, doctor visits, school matters, or just to feel like they're in a functioning city. For some, California serves the same purpose, especially since it's sometimes even closer than Las Vegas for certain things. All of this makes a car not just a convenience, but a basic need. Without a personal vehicle, life in Primm would feel very restricted. The town is easy to reach from the outside, but hard to live in if you fully depend on what's inside. Living in Primm means living side by side with the desert, not as a backdrop, but as part of your everyday life. The weather is dry, harsh, and often unforgiving. Summers can feel brutal, with scorching temperatures and almost no relief. Rain is rare, and strong desert winds sometimes sweep through carrying dust. Throughout the year, the climate offers little variation. It doesn't comfort, it demands adjustment. The landscape is wide open, almost endless, and that openness becomes part of the daily experience. In the daytime, sunlight reflects off the dry ground, creating a bright, almost blinding stillness. At night, once the casino lights dim and guests retreat, the town falls into silence. There's no rush of city traffic, no vibrant nightlife beyond the resorts, just space and quiet. For some, this quiet brings a sense of peace. There are no distractions, no social pressure, no push to be anywhere else. But for others, that same quiet can quickly feel isolating. Primm is far from major cities. Social interaction is minimal. Activity is scarce. The stillness can turn into separation. How people experience Primm depends on personality. If you prefer a simple life, don't need constant entertainment, and can appreciate the raw beauty of the desert, Primm might feel just right, especially if you work nearby and want a calm life with fewer distractions. But if you're someone who needs the stimulation of city life, public services, school systems, or a tight-knit community, Primm will likely feel limited. Families with children, people who rely on consistent healthcare or education access, or anyone uncomfortable with narrow options may find life here exhausting. Primm doesn't pretend to be more than it is. It doesn't offer easy compromises. What it offers is honest, stillness, space, and a life that moves at a slower pace. Whether that feels like freedom or isolation is up to you.